Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever. You joined me in Chicago, where we placed our first passenger station, and of course, people of Chicago. What do you call the people of Chicago? Chicagans? No, that doesn't sound right. I have no idea what you call them. That's poor. Okay, well, we've got this line in service, and you can see there's a train coming in carrying 42 passengers from Chicago to Columbus. So there's a train there, and we had another train pulling over on that side. There we go. That's taking 16 back to Milwaukee. Yes, it's all looking pretty good. It's all looking pretty good right now. Of course, that's no good because this area is going to have to be destroyed to get the other lines out, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. Even though obviously the more time we spend not doing that, the more they're going to build. But you know, we need to be clever about this, because what we might be able to do is sort of swing these lines in over this side, so we may be even able to save some of these buildings if we just swing the lines in really close to each other. And the same thing is going to happen on this side. As you can see, they haven't built anything here, but we should be able to technically swing these lines across to join up essentially to just a 6-track over here. So this section will all be opened up for some housing development, which is really great. I mean, the size of that looks great, and it's already given me ideas for a third series. But of course, we've got so much to go for this series, or this season, depending on where in the world you're from. What am I going to be doing in this episode? Well, let's run through a couple of comments. Nobody gave me comments on the Detroit-Toledo situation, so if someone could help out with that, I would be really appreciated, because that's going to become crucial very soon. I did get a comment about something about going to the east with some lines out of Toronto. Now, I'm a little bit confused because I wasn't sure what exactly you meant. I've already made the lines out of Toronto. Are you saying that I should delete these and go into a tunnel underneath and then allow building here, or what? I'm a little bit confused, so sorry that I didn't really understand your comment. This part's all okay, but we're all good over here. We're letting Washington, Philadelphia sort of tick along for now. There's Philadelphia and Washington. It's all ticking along. Look, you know, there's a few passengers waiting. What we got? We've got 12 on board. That's not too bad. And of course, look, the houses are building around this area and the shops, and so you know, things are looking good in this region. Yeah, we still haven't made anything with the bus stations. You know, we haven't got anything running on the roads, but that's okay. We don't have to worry about that. Indianapolis is very busy with 102 passengers waiting, and let's see how much this picks up. Will this pick up a full 42? No, it only picks up 15. So really, 91 want to be going towards Chicago, which is kind of interesting considering that's just picked up 42 as well. And the next train will be coming in with 42. So yeah, you know, that's pretty meaning of life stuff right there. References, 122 waiting in Chicago, but they're spread out across 3 routes, so that's okay. What am I going to do? Well, let's go through the plans of the next few episodes. We've got this little spur coming off from St. Louis, and we said we were going to initially go to Indianapolis with this. Well, if we take a look here, from here, if we go this way, Indianapolis is up here, so to be able to do that, we really should be going up here and then swinging it off in the triangle to get to Indianapolis. Now, that is a possibility. So we could go St. Louis to Indianapolis straight. However, I was thinking maybe just for fun, just for the getting more passengers and more trains and just a bit more space, we possibly should go St. Louis, run around the back of Indianapolis with the freight lines running alongside it, as well as the freight lines coming up here towards Chicago naturally, but the freight lines running alongside it here with other freight lines joining it down here, and it would head over to Cincinnati, but we'd have a freight station possibly here which would supply Indianapolis and Cincinnati and Columbus by way of road. So we'd do a freight station, connect up some roads, and off you go between the 3 towns. that's a possibility. Again, just leave the comments letting me know whether that's a good idea. I definitely want to put a freight station somewhere, and I definitely want to connect this up this way. The other thing I'm going to do is have that not only connect up that way, but then spur across here and head up towards Detroit. And maybe stopping in Fort Wayne. I think maybe I won't stop it in Fort Wayne though. I may just go St. Louis straight up to Detroit, and then from Detroit that's going to then head up towards Toronto, which will join up with the Chicago main line. The Chicago main line is going to be coming out of here, passing through Fort Wayne and then going up to Detroit, as well as passing through Fort Wayne and then going up down towards Cleveland. So it'll go that way and that way. Now Grand Rapids in all of this is being kind of left out, but there isn't much I can do with that. I'm thinking either of having a boat connection from Grand Rapids over to Milwaukee, or from Grand Rapids over to Chicago. That's what I'm thinking. That's a possibility. And of course, out of Toronto, the only place we're really headed is Ottawa. I might consider taking it up to Sudbury from Toronto as well, but that would literally be a... Actually, no. Maybe it may be better to do it Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, and then down. I don't know. That's all in, you know, all decisions that I need to make. Buffalo, looks like I'm going to have to leave for now because I really can't work out where I'm going to put the station. Actually, to be honest, the best place for the station is probably it's just not going to happen though, is it? Actually, there would probably be the best place for a station. Somewhere in here. So we'd have to line up the terrain, possibly have it going like this, and you know, just somehow fit it in there, which may possibly work. Not brilliant, but you know, that's that. Next thing to talk about, yes, I've had some requests for this map to be put onto Steam. Yep, I will be putting it onto Steam. Whilst we're doing that, let's get rid of this station. I will be putting it onto Steam at some point. Yeah, leave that. I just need to sort out the metadata and all that kind of stuff. So until when I get that sorted out, which I should be hopefully getting sorted out soon, I will then put it onto Steam. What else is to talk about? Not much. Right, Cleveland had a couple of suggestions. Someone said use a curve station. That's a good call. So if we were to put a curve station in here, let's have a look. Something, yeah, a station like that. It'd be in that direction, which may allow it to get under. Yeah, it may allow it to dip underneath quite quickly. So it'd be something like that if we were to do it, and then that would hopefully go straight into a tunnel. The problem is I need one set of tracks to go that way, and I need the other set of tracks to go that way. So that's the problem there. So again, some thoughts required on that. Last of all, I need to do something in Pittsburgh, and that I think is where we should focus for the remainder of this episode. Pittsburgh. So let's try and work out if we can get a station in Pittsburgh. Now we've got to remember the station in Pittsburgh has to supply a line from Columbus, has to potentially supply a line from Cleveland. Yeah, it will be supplying a line from Cleveland, Chicago, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, as well as this one, which will also be supplying that one. So it's got to have 4 tracks, and it will be supplying a line coming in from Philadelphia out this way. On top of that, there needs to be a freight station with it as well, because of the coal that we can get from this place. So let's have a look at where we can put stuff. I think the passenger station wants to go here. I mean, that looks like the best place for a passenger station, and to be completely honest, I think a straight passenger station would be the best one. Now it says unable to align terrain there, but we can align the terrain quite well there, and I'm kind of, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm actually quite okay with that one. So should we just bring it right up to the end of this road? I think we should. So let's attempt that. Let's put a secondary street connection on that anyway. Yeah, oops. Yes, there we go. Yeah, see, now that is decent for a station. Sure, town center's up there, but it will build on this side. Now, if we were to get a straight track or a track set up going in from Columbus, let's just see what happens. What kind of track does it want to give us? Now, it says terrain alignment collision. Let's use the next one where it doesn't, so we can just see. What sort of thing is it giving us? So, it's giving us some lag, so let's pause it. There we go. So we're getting 2 tunnels, which I'm okay with. So we get a tunnel. Then we've got this huge sort of, it's just gonna gorge out a hole through this, which I don't think so. I don't like that. And then it goes up here. Now, if I bring it across, I bet you the terrain alignment collision is in Columbus with the road, right? Yes, it is. So that's okay. That's okay. We can deal with that. What I want to do is, I'm sort of happy with the first lot of tunneling. No, actually the terrain alignment collision's there. Actually, no, I'm happy with the second lot of tunneling. The first lot I'm not so happy about. Okay, so if we were to say, let's go up, let's try something like that. Okay, so it's gonna cut out, that's quite a significant cut there, so can we try not to do the cut? So we're gonna try and keep it as flat. But we're going to try and work on it as best as we can out of here. So we'll go there. See, that's not too bad. It's a bit of a cut on this side, but that's okay. Like that. And now if we try to connect it directly to Columbus, where does it want to go? Now it wants to bridge. Right, okay, so now it wants to bridge. So it still wants to do the tunnel, but that's not cutting so badly. That cuts very badly, and then it bridges. So if we could potentially take it around that, maybe get the bridge to head off in this direction, and then down. I mean, that's not bad for a bridge. It doesn't look terrible. Okay, so let's bring this back and say, we may not even need such a big bridge, yeah. Yeah, we just need a tiny bridge, really. So, maybe... Yeah, see, we can essentially try and bring it through that gap there. That's where I want to take it through. Yeah, that's okay. So we got a little bit of a bridge there. That's fine. Great, 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 great. Now, what does the connection show now? A tunnel. Actually, I could take the tunnel. It pops out here for a little while, but I could take that tunnel. It's tunnel for most of the distance though, which is not brilliant. All right, let's see if we can bring the tunnel. Let's see if we can give it less of a tunnel. Okay, how's that? That's not bad. So it tunnels, which is fine. You know, now that cut is probably unavoidable. And then on this side, that cut's not too bad. I can deal with that. So let's take that and then see what it wants here. Now, as it comes into Columbus, we're talking about a huge chunk taken out of the terrain. Unless we can swing it around this side. What if we were to swing it this way? It's not going to be very fast, but that's better. That's a lot better. So we're actually following around the mountain. Now, don't forget, this is how it's really done. You don't just cut through things all the time. I mean, I know for those of you who are in America, your interstates and everything literally just sort of plow straight through and cut through everything in their path. I know this. But if you look at your old highways, or even some of your new highways, to be completely honest, but you know, they don't cut through. They sort of follow the land, and that's how we have a lot of our roads here. Yes, there are occasions where we cut through. For example, if we take a look at the M40, which goes from Birmingham to London. If we take a look at the M40, there is a section on the M40 that, well, for lack of a better word, literally plows through a mountain or a hill. It literally goes straight through the hillside, and yeah, there's no other word for it, because literally you've got cliffs on either side for about I'd say for about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. It just literally cuts through it. But for the most part, you go up and down with the hills. You follow the road around, so it's a very windy sort of motorway. In fact, all our motorways are fairly windy, so you know that's just how it goes. Right, that's actually connected to Pittsburgh, and I'm actually fairly happy about that. Yeah, I'm actually fairly happy about that one. What do you guys think? Look at that, it's just cuts. I mean, that is quite beautiful. What we should do is we should smooth this area up to just add a little bit more. Look at that. I mean, that just looks like it was carved perfectly. Now, hopefully the town doesn't grow this far out. It'll just grow up to around here. There's a farm there that we can even use. Now that's no good. See, that needs to be fixed. So what we're going to do is let's delete that tunnel and fix that. So we know where the tunnel goes. If that part's okay, sort of. Let's raise up the terrain here. We'll do this and then we'll level it out. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then we'll relay the track. That looks a bit better. Now we can just go ahead and do some smoothing of the area. So we want to bring this a little bit down, get it back to how it was, like so. Their tunnel entrances definitely need work. I mean, it just looks really ugly. That tunnel entrance looks really ugly. So, you know, they need to do some work there. Can I place anything? Yeah, see, I can't even place anything on top of that. It just, yeah, not brilliant. Okay, well that's better. And at least we've got our way all the way into Pittsburgh. Now, if we were to have a look at our lines and our trains, at the moment they're all running on this side. Right, so... Oh, actually, before we end this episode, let's put our invisible waypoints on. These are important, like I said. There we go. So at least we know where everything is. Let's even work out... This is going to be a major road. I don't know whether there already is a major road. No, it's not. So let's see if we can turn that into a major road. It's okay if we remove the buildings, that's fine. And then this one can be a major road. Okay, that's fine. Should we create another major road along here? Bridge that one over, so that can be a major road as well. So one major road there, bridge it over, another major road there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. So this becomes... So we will say we'll build a road that is station alongside the station. I can go closer. Too much slope. Oh dear. Okay, maybe it needs to go... Okay, we'll keep it further away from the station then, just to help it along. About there. Okay, great. And then we'll put the bus station. Of course, we have to have a bus station. We will put the bus station. Oh, that's actually worked out quite well. Right there. Good. So we've got that, and then to actually properly end off the episode, do that. We'll cut this road back a smidge. We will upgrade this road. Just this side of it. That side can stay as a small or medium street, whatever it is. We will go up from here. See, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is that. That's exactly what I want to do. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect, and that's a brilliant way to end, I think. Thank you very much for watching. If you're on YouTube, please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever, and leave a comment in the comments box below. Let me know what you think. Oops, that's the wrong button. Let me know what you think of what I'm doing so far, as well as any extra suggestions you may have. I try and record these in groups of 3, so it'll take me 3 episodes or so to get around to your suggestions. But yeah, I will do my best to get around to them. If you're on Twitch, please remember to thumbs up on this video, and also after the thumbs up, what else is there? I was going to say something. Thumbs up on the video, and oh yeah, follow me on Twitch. Wow, just had a complete blank moment there. Follow on Twitch, that would be really great. It allows me to, it gives me an idea of what I can and can't do and what I should and shouldn't do. Last but not least, do support me on Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below of the respective videos. Your support would be massively appreciated, and will allow me to continue making more and more videos like this, which is really important. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode, where we'll hook up the line properly. And maybe, just maybe, now that we've done this, I've just realised this might be a good way to actually go off towards Cleveland. So we might just get onto that, or we might do something else. I'll see you guys then.